Hey, what's up there? How you doing, Festa67? What's your name? I always forget who's who. What name do you prefer to go by? I know we have a Terry, an Ernie, a Jamie, a John, a Colin. I'll be honest, I don't remember whose username is which. Hey, what's up there? How you doing, Festa67? Oops, I need to mute my stream here. Let's get going. So how are you today? I think that'll turn out pretty good. How you doing today? Do I have a little bit of a delay? I might have a little bit of a delay. I forgot what setting I selected. I usually go with ultra low latency because I don't need it to be super high res or fast. I'm not playing games or anything, just building models. What's up, Frizzo? So I was going to work on the truck here a little bit, the 66, but I think I want to wait until I get a couple, I want to go get some little square beads to use as a distribution block for the brake lines and fuel lines and such. I'm probably going to go grab those tonight or tomorrow, so I think I'll wait to work on that. But I did start, I pulled something out of a box. Now the box was open when I bought it, but it was still in the bag, so it hadn't been, you know, the parts hadn't been rifled through or whatever. It was still complete. Hey, John. But I'm starting another project. I'm gonna put this together. This kit's, I think, 20 years old. I think it was put out in like the 2000 time frame. Something to that effect. At least there's some pamphlets or brochures in the box um, that mention the 2000 kits. How's everybody doing today? So now there's two little inserts. See if I can shade this right so you can see it. There's two little inserts on the hood. One has one is in the open position, one is in the closed position, and I'm actually going to close it, and I'm going to hide it like it doesn't exist, because I'm going to do this a little bit, mostly stock, but a little bit customized. Colin can get in the bike build. As far as I'm concerned, anybody can. I'm okay with more people jumping in. I can't remember which bike we're building. Are we building the Ducati? Is that what we agreed on? So far that's turning out okay. Now, that panel, it doesn't fit great. I glued it in place. You can see here, I'll show you. So I've glued the panel in, and then I had to take some little sheet styrene, and you might be able to tell, but I had to take some sheet styrene and fill in the gaps, because the panel didn't fit perfectly. But then I've started to sand it, and it's looking pretty good. I have a couple tiny little holes in the corner there, you can see, that I need to take care of. So far so good. And the other thing, the Ducati 1199, sounds good to me. The other thing I did was on the air cleaner for this thing, the shape is not great. Even this picture doesn't really show it very well, but it's got like, you know, it's like an oval, and then it steps down to a lower, bigger oval, and then it steps down to a lower, bigger oval, and it's not right. I looked at a bunch of pictures on Google pictures of the air cleaner, and so instead, what I did was I filed the perimeter around the air cleaner down a little bit. I gave myself a flat edge, and then I grabbed some of this C-channel styrene. See, and at first I glued a ring around with the lips facing the air cleaner, so it gave me a smooth edge on the outside. And then I glued another ring around the outside of that to give me the lip on the outside, so that I would get a little ring, so it looked like there's an air cleaner. So that's just a C channel, and then the inner ring gave me a nice little defined lip on the inside. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it needs just a little bit of dressing up, and it'll be good to go. So that'll be my air cleaner. What do you have left on the 32, John? What work do you have left? I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this edge right here to soften this up. I don't want too much though. I just want to soften that little lip up just a tiny bit. So that I can smooth it out and hide it. You're finishing the wiring on the 32? The grill, the bumpers, and then you got to make mirrors. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product. 98% done so far. How many of you guys build during the day? Like right now while you're watching me, how many of you guys are actually sitting at your benches building? Now this kit I'm going to mostly build stock. I'm not going to change a bunch of stuff. Just for the sake of shortening the build time. I don't want to do a bunch of crazy stuff with this, and it's kind of a neat classic car, so I'm going to stay pretty stock with it. Excuse me, I apologize. I haven't slept in like 3 days. Slept well, anyway. You guys are building right. The reason I ask is because, you know, we could always, instead of everybody crowding around, you know, one guy that's streaming, we could all jump in a hangout or, you know, whatever you call it, and we could all build and chit chat together. On your big 800-inch screen. What'd you say you had, like a 70-inch screen? That's huge. Now I know why it's so loud when your kid's there playing video games or watching church. You got that big old TV. .75-inch, man. That's a big TV. I think the biggest TV I've ever bought was a 60-inch, I think. You know, it's really funny because I remember back in like the early 2000s, I had some family and friends that pitched in together, and they bought my wife and I a 32-inch TV for our anniversary. And at the time, you know, they were tube TVs, so they weren't flat screen LCD, LED TVs. They were those big giant tubes. And the thing weighed 8 million pounds. But I remember thinking, this TV is huge. There's no reason why I'll ever need a TV bigger than this. And then I bought another one just like it, another 32 inch at some time later. So I had two of those. And then we started moving into the flat screen era. Oops, I got a phone call coming in. Hold on one sec. Okay, I'm back. You check the package, says it's in transit, but which one? I don't know. What do you mean, which one? Which what? Anyway, then we moved into the flat screen era, and I think my first flat screen was also a 32 inch. And then at some point I ended up getting like a 38 inch or a 36 inch or something. And then I remember thinking, oh, I'll never need anything bigger than a 42. And then I got a 46. And then we got a 52 or a 51 or something like that. And then I bought a 60. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. And you think, oh, why does anybody need a TV bigger than that? And then you buy a bigger one. I'm thinking I might put some primer on this. And then the air cleaner here is going to be body color. The wheels are going to be body color. I'm a little bit torn because the tires and wheels, I de-chromed the wheels. I de-chromed the wheels a few minutes ago so that I could paint them body color without having to deal with the, paint sticking and not sticking and whatnot. So I de-chromed them, and the tires do not have the letters painted, but I mean, God, it looks so good on the box with the white letters. How could you not do white letter tires, right? You got to have the white letters. So I, I thought, well, maybe I'll paint the white letters, and I got my little paint out just to test it to see how difficult it was, and I got paint everywhere, and so that's not going to work out. I managed to clean it off the tire, and then I thought, well, I have another kit that has white letter tires in it. The only problem is they're not Goodyear tires; they're Firestone tires. So I don't know if I want to use those. Anybody have any tips on painting the white letters on tires? Dang, you had a TV for 20 years? That's insane. We play the hand-me-down game here in my house. So when I buy myself a new TV, we have a TV in the living room, so it's a little bit smaller. So my old TV goes to the living room, and the TV that was in the living room goes to the playroom, and the TV that was in the playroom goes to my daughter, and the TV that was my daughter's goes to my other daughter, etc., all the way down the chain. We play the little hand-me-down game with everything in this house. Electronics, including computers, TVs, telephones, tablets, even cars for that matter. A gel pen? They have white gel pens. What, you know what? Now that I think about it, I saw somebody had a Sharpie chrome pen. I wonder if that's a silver pen. I wonder if those are any good. Decals. I tried to put decals on a model on the model tires one time, and they didn't stick at all. Do you use the solvent, the decal solution, and the setting solution and the solvent stuff? Do you use that stuff? Does it help? How do you get it to stick to the tires? Because I couldn't get it to stick. Now maybe it was because I had sanded the tires that I put the decal on, and maybe you can't do that. I don't know. But it didn't work out very well. I'm trying to get this tiny little lip smooth. It's getting better. It's still a little bit obvious, but it'll probably once it's in paint, you probably won't even see it. There's a tiny little lip around the outer rim in between these two uh, outer rings. Gel pen comes in white. Where do you get it? You get it at like craft stores or like Walmart or what? Yeah, okay. Decal has to be glossy. That's I think that was the problem. I sanded it. But I'm wondering if there's another way to get it to work using like setting solution and such. Because my problem is I had to sand the tires because they have like mold lines and a little bit of flash on them and stuff, and so I had to do some sanding. Michaels, you got the pen at Michaels? I'll check. I'll look there. I have a Michaels like 5 minutes from here, so I'll go over there and check. I need to run over that direction anyway to get some O-rings for airbags for my truck. White gel pens are. I assume I need to get a fine point. Are you buying fine point gel pens, or are you using like a little fatty and then just being super careful? This camera doesn't focus very well. Maybe I can get it closer. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what I can do here. Let me zoom it out just a little bit. Where'd my sandpaper go? Oh, I'm a moron. It's in my finger. All right, I'll look for one of those, John. Thanks for the info. So I don't know if I said this already, but how's everybody doing today? Everybody doing all right? Everybody having a good day? I added a this neat little in the corner here. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see here. I added this viewer count down in the lower left-hand corner, so that tells me how many people are in the stream. There's some other stuff that I can do too. I have I have this plugin that I can implement. It's called Chat Boss, which might be fun to play around with, but um, I'll explain what it does, and then I'll explain why it won't work right now. But basically, when somebody does an action in chat, like subscribe or something like that, it spawns a chat boss, and the chat boss is just this little, like, if you're playing a video game, it has like a little bar that shows you their health and their name, etc. And then when other people subscribe or follow or donate or cheer or whatever, in the various streaming platforms, they have different functions. But when they do various actions, they basically, it's like attacking the boss. And once you kill the boss, whoever kills the boss becomes the chat boss. And then the next, group of people try to kill that chat boss. And then uh, it just goes on and on. It's just a neat little game you can play with people in your chat that do things like subscribe or donate or whatever. But I haven't implemented it because there's only two functions on YouTube: subscribe or donate. And I don't have a donation link, and I mean everybody who watches my streams is already a sub, so it wouldn't be very active. So I haven't implemented it yet. But if I start getting more people watching or more, different kinds of activity, then maybe I'll think about it. It's just something fun for people watching to do. See, a lot of people stream on Twitch, and in Twitch they have like a cheer function, and so you can go for like $5. You can go buy, I think it's 500 bits, and bits are just some kind of like imaginary money system. But what you can do is you can go into stream and you can donate bits. So you could donate like, or it's called cheering. You could cheer 100 bits, and then the stream will get a notification that so and so cheered 100 bits, and then the streamer would receive $1, for the 100 bits. Um, but YouTube doesn't have anything like that, and I don't have a donation link, like a PayPal donation link, on my channel, so there's no way for anybody to participate in those types of functions. What should you build next, John? Um, what was the build before the 32? What did you build before the 32? Frizzo, you're currently opening the door handles on an Impala? What do you mean? I'm gonna set this down in a minute and move on to something else, because I think this is getting pretty darn close to being paintable. I'll show you the tires and wheels for this kit here in a sec. I built my son a rifle last night. I'm gonna paint it this weekend for him. He wants to paint his rifle like I painted mine. He ordered a rifle kit. I gave him an AR-15 lower receiver, which is the one part of an AR-15 that is like the license, the serial number, portion that um, you have to do background checks if you buy it or whatever. But anyway, so I gave him one, and that's the only part he had. So he went and bought all of the other parts that you need to build a rifle, and they all arrived yesterday. Well, they've been arriving, but the last one we needed arrived yesterday. So we sat here, and in about 30 minutes we built him his rifle. You had PayPal on your channel and took it off because people were getting pissed. I don't know why. I don't care what people think. If they get mad at something I do, I don't mean to offend people, but that's their problem. You're not forcing people to donate. You're just saying, hey, I'm not rich. If you want to help me build content, or if you want to help me, provide content to the channel, here's a few bucks, or here's a donation link. You can throw a few bucks in. If you don't, then don't worry about it. I don't know why people get so upset about that. They want you to have content. They want you to watch, post videos and have stuff for them to watch. Why are they so upset that you might want to open your tip jar, let people throw a few bucks at you? I don't see why that's such a big deal. Oh, you're drilling them out for now. Do you make your own Frizzo replacements, or they're aftermarket parts that you're using? The I know why you're doing that though. I mean, those door handles sometimes are just not great. So I think that's cool. I'd like to see some pictures of that. I honestly, I'd like to see some pictures of the whole process, because that's not something I've ever done. So stop what you're doing and start taking pictures. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I would like to see pictures of that sometime. No. That's just a misunderstanding, John. Some people just are a little bit too sensitive. I don't have a donation link just because I'm not trying to make money, and I have everything I need, really. I don't really need to buy anything to support the hobby, my hobby. I mean, every once in a while I need to go get some glue, maybe a can of paint here and there, but I don't really need to buy model kits or any of that stuff, so I don't really need to post a donation link on my channel. I doubt anybody would donate anyway. I mean, my content's not that great. I'm just sitting here bullshitting with you guys. Hey, what's up, Scaly Models? You're thinking about building the GT40 for Keith's GT group build? That would be cool. Isn't that the one that John? Isn't that the one you just built? Oh yeah, that's right. I asked you what your previous build was, and now that I'm saying this, I'm realizing that that was your previous build, and I see your comment as well. I forgot about that. What did you build before that, John? I forgot about the GT40. Yeah, I agree, Frizzo. I agree. The handles look terrible. Alright, that's looking a lot better. Let me see if I can... I need to straighten this up. I think I just bent that down a little bit. Oh no. I bent it down while I was sanding. It's getting a little thin. I need to straighten that out. Okay. Too much sanding. No more sanding. It's got to be good enough. I got it so thin, I started to bend this lip down. Don't want to do that. Looks good though. Looks pretty good. This will be the air cleaner for the 70 Roadrunner. That's what I'm working on right now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What's up, Ice Queen? Thanks for hanging out with us. Glad you could make it. Alright, so I've done that and that. Let me show you the tires that I was talking about. So as I mentioned, I de-chromed the wheels. I de-chromed a handful of other parts as well, because there's also the little center hub caps, the center wheel caps. So I de-chromed those, and I'm gonna. The reason I de-chrome them is because they have big chrome sprues hanging off the side, and they look crappy. And when you cut them, when you cut the sprue off, you get the big, non-chromed chunk off the side, and it just looks terrible. So what I did was I trimmed them out off the tree. I de-chromed them. I shaped them up so that they're nice and clean, and then I'll re-chrome them with some other method, either Molotow or maybe I'll buy some All-Clad or whatever. But those center caps go on the wheels that I de-chromed. And then here are the kit tires. And I'm sure you guys have all seen these before. The lettering's not too bad. It's raised. It's not super prominent, but I think it's probably good enough that I could paint them. So I'm going to try John's method. I'm going to go get a white gel pen from the crafts or the art section at Michael's. And if I don't find something sufficient there, I'll try Hobby Lobby and a couple other places. So those look okay. But check this out. I have a Firebird kit, one of the newly released Firebird kits. These are, so this is the kit tire, and it comes with the raised lettering that isn't painted, and these are Goodyear. The markings say Goodyear. This is the tire that comes with the Firebird. They're Firestones. So I thought about maybe using these, except that they're, like I said, they're Firestone, not Goodyear. So I don't know, the purists out there might get mad at me for doing something so evil as putting Firestones on a car that had Goodyear tires. And the size is a little bit different. The wheels do fit pretty well. Here's the kit tire and wheel. Now these will be body color, which is going to be orange, kind of that classic orange. And then this is the pad printed Firestone from the Firebird kit. Just a little bit bigger tire. Not a lot, but I mean they look okay. The kit tire and wheel. Almost, they might even be just a little bit small. And here's the Firestone. So I'm really close to pulling the trigger on just saying I'm going to use these. Just because I like that they're a little bit larger. They fill up the wheel well just a little bit better. And I don't have to worry about painting the letters. I don't know. What do you guys think? What is your opinion on those? What's up, Plastic Monkey? How you doing today? Thanks for hanging out with us. So I think I'll think about that a little bit, but I am open to opinions for sure. Yeah, and I don't really care much about that, John. Um, about being true to whatever, because to be honest, if I was to go restore an old Roadrunner, I'm probably just gonna put whatever tires I can get a hold of. I'm not gonna go try to replicate the tires that came on the factory car. I don't know. So I'm not opposed to changing them out. I don't know. Some people are purists and they want everything to be exactly like it was. So the hood fits okay. There was a nice chunk of sprue right here at the tip that I think I did an okay job of cleaning up. I don't want to sand any more because there's almost like a recess on the edges of where the sprue was. And I feel like if I try to sand the center section down, I'll give it too much of a gap. And this actually doesn't look bad. I don't know if you can see. The gap looks okay to me. I don't think I need to worry too much about that. Sorry, I'm kind of holding it weird, making it look funny, but I think the gap is okay. And with paint, once you got primer and paint on there, you'll fill up that gap a little bit even more. And it looks like there's some weird gaps on the side, but that's just because, there's over here there's firewall and here there's not. And I'm thinking what I'll probably do is I'll probably fill these holes and then cut this little corner out and, fix it so that it looks like it's supposed to, instead of having these holes for the little hood pins, hinge pins. And then I'll figure maybe, I don't know, I'll figure out some other deal with the hood. Maybe I won't hinge it at all. Maybe I'll just let it lift off. You think it would look great, Frizzo? You'd use the Firestones, John? Yeah, I'll get the firing order right for sure. All right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm like 95% sure I'm going to go with the Firestones. I have them. I'm not using them on the Firebird that I pulled them out of. In fact, I'll show you that kit here. But I'm not going to use them in this kit because this kit, I was at the hobby shop and the box was just destroyed. I mean, you can see how terrible the shape the box is in. So he marked it down to 20 bucks. Damaged box, 20 bucks. So I paid 20 bucks for the kit. It was absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it inside. But what I'm doing is I'm turning it into a touring car. So it's going to be kind of like a racing classic. And then, I'll have like some other, I don't know that these are going to be the wheels, but I'll have some like racing slicks on there or something. I'll figure something out. But I'm not going to be putting street tires on it. It'll be track tires. I don't know what wheels yet, but since I don't need the printed tires for this kit, then I can use them in the Roadrunner. This is a good kit. You built this one, John? This Firebird? If photo etch is so small you wouldn't see them, why use them? Yeah, that's a good point. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. I love that movie, Frizzo. Spicoli. Spicoli and Mr. Hand. Okay. Now, this is one of the only kits I've ever seen where the engine wasn't the first step. Assembling the engine is always the first step. This is the first time I can recall ever seeing step one not be the engine. Let's see. Let me grab these wheel backs. Let me look at these wheel backs to make sure that they're going to work. The wheels fit in the tires relatively easy, and I just want to make sure the wheel backs are the same way. I just dumped this bag out a minute ago. Alright, so I'm gonna... And what do you guys think about the orange? You think I should stay true to the box art and go orange? I think that's a pretty sweet color. I don't have this color orange currently, but I do have orange. The orange I have is a little bit brighter than that. Just gonna file the flash off of these rear wheel hubs, or rear wheel backs. I'm gonna stick that on there so that I can poke my finger through and push it out. Yeah, that fits fine. So that's the front, and that's the back. Shouldn't be a problem. I think that'll work out well. Like I said, I think that little bit meatier tire has a much better look to it. Maybe I should go on a building frenzy and get this one done. I like this car. I've got like 5 of these sitting down on the shelves, and they've just been sitting there. I don't know why I haven't built one yet. Alright, let's see. Clean that one up. What's up, Doozer? How you doing today, brother? Fellow styrene bandits. I've been called worse. NPC kits you never thought had big enough tires in them. You know, I've seen that in a lot of kits. I thought the tires were too small. And I wonder if that doesn't have something to do with like just, the shrinkage in the styrene. Maybe when it was designed and produced initially it was fine and they just shrank over time. I don't know. Or maybe they just had a different idea about what was good. Working from home today? What kind of work do you do, Dozer? Carbon dioxide manufacturing? That's what I do. Just kidding. I actually have a job. I'm doing it right now. Go-kart tires. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm just taking a file to the edges of these to file off all the sprue remnants, any flash and whatnot. Yeah, it could have been one size fits all cost savings. That is entirely possible. I've watched a couple movies not too long ago, and they were talking about the history of Johan, um, and like how this partner wanted to do this with the company, and this partner wanted to do that, and they all this controversy, and then how they stayed in business during this period, and the changes that they made, and this company was bought by this company, and da 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 da. Anyway, it's a really neat little documentary that somebody put to. Well, I don't know if it was a documentary as much as maybe somebody just decided to talk about it. Whatever. I would call it a documentary. Anyway, it was about Johan, and they talked about a lot of those kinds of issues, cost savings and stuff, marketing strategies, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with tires right now because I want to do those body colors, so I need to paint the wheels body color, and I don't know if I have the color I'm gonna use yet. What do you guys think about orange? You sell large format digital print? Um, Print of what? Like, do the customers specify what they're printing, or I don't know what that means. Educate me, because I am clueless. Forgive me. I'm going to put this in a baggie too. I'll put the hood and the air cleaner in a baggie together. Hopefully the hood will prevent the air cleaner from getting damaged. I buy these little snack baggies from Walmart. 100 bags. It's like $4 or $3 or something. And they're just these little rectangular snack bags, but they're perfect for parts. So like when I first start a kit, I'll go, find all the engine parts, and I'll put all the engine parts in a bag if I don't want to work on the engine, right away. That way I don't lose any of the parts as the sprues are banging around in the box and whatnot. But I love these things. I'm running out though, and I don't think they sell them anymore. I think they're, instead of being tall, narrow, I think now they're short, wide, and I'm not gonna like that as much. Max's Models, he's great. Just did orange and loved it. Max's Models for what, Frizzo? What is that a reply to? My memory is terrible, so I don't remember what I might have said that would be a reply to. Let me see. I'm going to move my camera here for a sec. I could do a red. I know it looks orange in the camera because the lighting is washing it out, because I have like a giant shop light above the camera. But this is actually like fire engine red. I could do red. Here's my green, like my truck. Got a blue and a purple. Left on the blue, right on the purple. I know it looks blue, but it's actually a really cool matte purple. Oh no, that's not anything I could use. It says peelable rubber coating. I don't even remember buying that. Okay. Oh, the documentary on Johan. Okay, yeah. Here's orange. Not quite the orange from the box, but it's called Gloss Pumpkin Orange. Yeah, I don't know that that would look any good. Here, let me move this box over here so that you guys can ponder that as I'm going through paint. Yeah, those aren't perfect. This one's a little bit, what would that be? A little bit yellowy? I don't know. Oh, perfect color. This is it. I found the color. Pink. Gloss Mambo Pink. Here we go. This is it. Psych. Um, Gloss Ocean Breeze. Maybe I just need to crack out the airbrush and do an airbrush. Strawberry Fields. This is actually red, but I think that would look good. Here's like a powder blue. What's that? French blue. Hey Jamie, what's going on? Another thing I like to do is I go to AutoZone and I pick up these colors that I'm about to show you, but I'll paint a silver, like a real bright silver, and then I'll cover it with these metallic, or not metallic, but it's chrome. It's intended to be painted over chrome, but they're like tints. So I have the red and the purple. These are really cool. I've used these quite a bit actually. They work out really well. I like it. Let me see what airbrush colors I have. And I've got all the I've got tan and black and white and all the basic colors, but who wants to do that? Oh, Hugger Orange. Where can I find Hugger Orange? Okay. So, Wicked Colors does some great stuff. I've got this, which would be perfect. I mean, this looks like it was meant for that. I've also got something very similar, but it's pearlized. So it's almost the identical color, but it's pearlized. So either of those would work. How you doing today, Jamie? And I've got a couple bottles of that, so I've got 2 of those. And then this is a model color. Is that the color? Escarlata? Yeah. That's Spanish for something. Scarlet. I don't know what color this is in the little hazy plastic bottle. I bet that's not accurate. Frizzo, what did you think about the color? You say you used that on your last build. What did you think about it? Did it turn out really well? This Wicked is, I've heard it's really good stuff. The name of this color is Wicked Orange. The number is 004. Focus. Piece of crap camera. Yeah, whatever. I think I'll use this and I'll just airbrush it. You guys will get to see me airbrush. Here's the pearlized Pearl Tangerine by Createx. These are good paints as well. I've had really good success with those. All right, so we'll go with the Wicked Orange. This is body color, all of the accessories. So like the wheels will be Wicked Orange, the air cleaner will be Wicked Orange. Maybe we should do the engine in Wicked Orange. What do you think? 1970 Challenger RT was your last video? Really? I'm gonna go check that out, Frizzo, because I'm interested in that. I want to see that. Let's see. I also have a Wicked Plum. Oh, Detail Violet. So if I wanted to, I could do like purple or something, but I think I'll stick with the orange. All right, here's the plan. Orange. But what color should we do the engine? Thoughts? You mind if I show that video on stream here a little bit? I want to check it out. I'm going to skip through this. I just want to check it out. So those are decals on those tires? Didn't you say you were doing decals? set up on this one. Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing today? We're working on a... Oh, that orange is... Yeah, that orange is nice. I'm just gonna skip ahead a little bit. Man, Frizzo, that orange just pops. Oops. I think... Yeah, look at that. Well, there you go. There's some engine detail. Hey, nice job on that, man. That looks good. I'll go back after the stream and watch this whole video, but man, that's a nice looking build right there. Good job, Frizzo. I like it. I'm impressed. Oh, out in the sun, it looks great. Those tires look so meaty. Man, that's nice. Wow, good job. Wow, I like it. Okay. All right, so Keith, I know you just popped in. This is what I'm working on right now. And we were just talking about colors. And I'm going to go with the Wicked Orange. The wheels will be Wicked Orange. The air cleaner will be Wicked Orange. I think I'll probably do the engine same color. I don't know, unless something else, some other inspiration hits me. Rear 1987 kits today. Wow. Rare. Oh, you got rare 1987 kits. From the Suzuki Alto. The racing livery, Advan Racing livery, can be built stock. Nice rare kits. Happy with them. Great. That's great, man. Congrats. Okay. I hadn't responded to your messages, Keith. I saw your comments and your email. You were asking about the Hondas, the yellow, or Acuras. Were they Acuras or Hondas? Actually, both. I think you mentioned both of those. Talking about you were looking to acquire some of those, and if I was interested in trading, to let you know. Yeah, no problem. I understood what you were saying. Once I read it out, I understood. But to answer your question, no, I'm not looking to trade any of those. There's not really any kits out there that I'm looking for, so I'll hang on to those Accords especially, man. It took me like 2 years to build up the stash of Accords that I have. I went specifically looking for those, and anytime I found one that was relatively reasonable, I snatched it up. I'm going to put together the engine halves and then start working on the engine here, and then I'll decide on a color there. Oh, did I show you guys my shop cards? I never thought I would make these, but somebody asked me for one, so I thought, okay, I'll go make some. But yeah, I made shop cards. Pretty cool. Yeah. So I'll send those out if anybody wants one. I never understood, you know, what they were for, but it's kind of like a trading card. You know, you trade with your buddies. They send you yours or theirs. You send them yours. So I had some made. Thank you, Sprue and Glue. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you say that every time you come into the channel. Alright, let's get some engine parts in here. Let me see. I'm going to set this up here, actually. I think I know what an engine block looks like. I think. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Well, Frizzo, I would be happy to send you one. If you want one of my cards, just let me know. I'll need your address, obviously, and I'll type my email address here in chat here in just a sec, and then you guys can just email me your addresses if you want one, and I'll send them out. Give me one sec. You won? What did you win? Yeah, I appreciate that, Keith. Yeah, I didn't feel like you were trying to pressure me. I just wanted to let you know that I'm not going to be trading those anytime soon. Now, if I die, if I ever croak, my wife has been told that she could sell them, and at that point, you might get lucky. That's my email address. Yeah, you guys, if anybody wants a shop card, just send me your address, and I'll be more than happy to ship one out. Okay, get that out of the way. Engine block, heads. Here we go. Here's our intake manifold. Empty sprue, we'll throw that away. Trash. Did I miss anything? There's the fan belts, but I don't need to pull those out yet. We'll do those last so that we can paint them. Same with the fan. That must be a radiator hose. I don't need that yet. In fact, I probably won't use it because I think I'm going to try to do, I have some black vinyl hose, little tubing that I'll use that looks more realistic. You missed a lot, John. Unfortunately, I'm not really in a position to loop back and cover it all, so sorry. You'll just have to live your life on somebody else's time. Just kidding. Nah, you didn't miss anything. Let me get this glue together, and then I can sand all these mold lines out of here. My goodness. That's alright, Keith. You can, if you want one of my cards, you can send me your address, and I'll send you one anyway. It's fine. It's up to you. I think all the pins are on one side. Yeah, on the, nope. Yeah, all the pins are on the left side. But this little piece sticks out, so I can't sand it flat. Usually I would get a piece of sandpaper and like rub one half on it to like give myself a smooth edge. But I can't do that because they both have parts that protrude. So I'm just gonna have to glue it together and then do some sanding afterwards. It's fine. Sorry, John. Whoop, whoop. Does anybody else make little noises when they glue things or paint things? Boop, boop, boop. Now I'll hold this together real tight for a sec. Thank you, Jamie. I'll send those out here in the next, probably the next 24, 48 hours. I'm going to put together an inventory of my stash. And then I already started to do this. I think that my website for that was going to be scaleautogarage.com. I'm not sure if that's still up or not. I haven't touched it in a long time. And I started to enter models into the database, and it's supposed to be like an e-commerce page where you can like sell products. But I was using it as a catalog, and I was just leaving the price at like 0, so that I could use them, so that I could search my list and stuff, or my stash. But I'm gonna scrap that and move it over into the model section on my devildog.games website. I don't know if you guys have anybody's bothered to go look at that, but I have a website called devildog.games, and it's got some of my game dev stuff. It's got my model pictures, some of my clan. I play video games, so I have like a community that I run. So there's some stuff there for that too. My mom died, Frizzo, and she left me a little bit of money, and it happened like coincided with me meeting a guy locally here, who happened to be selling his stash, and he had like 2,500 kits, and I didn't want all of them, and we got to be pretty good friends, and he let me cherry pick his stash. So I spent like $6,000, maybe close to 7, on um, the kits of his that I wanted. I got a nice little chunk of them there, and then the others I bought on Facebook model groups. It's All Junk is a Facebook model group that does model auctions. Like just about every day there's 1 or 2 auctions. Hey, Booger.
I just wanted to jump on a trampoline.
I don't think there's anybody here to watch you right now. You'll have to wait.
Nana's here.
Nana's not going outside. Okay, I think I've been holding that long enough. Warface? I play a game called Escape from Tarkov. I think I should have paid attention to the sprue number on these, but I think these are identical. So I think it's okay if I just use whatever. I appreciate that, Frizzo. It was, it was years ago. I think she passed away in 2017. And I think it took like a year for all the probate stuff to get finalized, so I don't think I ended up getting any money or anything until like a year later. So I think 2018 is when I ended up buying all the kits. What's going on here? You need to get in this hole. That's what she said. Okay. stick. More glue. Yeah, you're right. But figure she would have wanted me to buy something that made me happy, so that's what I did. And it worked. Because I get to hang out with you guys and build models. It's a lot of fun. Now I'm thinking I'm going to look at the instructions because I think this thing came with two different carburetor configurations. There's the 6-pack configuration, but then it also came with dual Hollies. So I think I will probably do that. So it came with the little 6-pack. But it also came with these two little Hollies. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Good. Makes you happy to see my stash? Makes me happy too. Makes me wish I was a better model builder because I'd love to see all those models turn out really good, really well. But I'm mediocre. I'm gonna see a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Let me get my round file. Let me file this up just a little bit. If you guys are interested in any screen configuration changes, like you want the little corner upper right hand camera changed, moved, resized, zoomed in, zoomed out, the main camera, any of that stuff, swap them, let me know. I can accommodate any of that stuff. If you want the little corner camera to be the main camera and vice versa, I can switch them around. Okay, Frizzo. Thank you. I don't know if I agree, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. I appreciate that you think that because I'm getting happier with the results that I'm getting. My first few attempts failed miserably. Oh my goodness, you should see some of the pictures of the early renditions of that chassis. I assume you're talking about the chassis. My first build was all rectangular tube, and it, right after I built it, I thought, oh man, this is pretty cool. And then the longer I looked at it, the more I realized, yeah, they wouldn't build a chassis that way. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys saying that. Oh, I almost slung my part on the carpet. I think your building is pretty awesome, John. You do a lot of the scratch building stuff that I want to be able to do. So I hope to get there someday. Just trying to get this mold line out of the front of the oil pan here. You know what? I don't know. Even as a kid, I don't know if I ever built anything box stock. Even as a kid, when I built things, I would adjust the adjust the ride height, either lowered or raised. I would, you know, do different things. So I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say I've been scratch building, but I've been modifying since I started. I remember my very first model. I was 8 years old, and my mom bought me a white Ford Bronco model, glue model, not a snap kit, but a glue model. And I don't remember the brand, but it was a Ford Bronco, and it was a white. It was molded in white, and she bought it for me for Christmas. And of course, being 8, there was no way I was going to build it myself. So I pestered her until she finally broke down and agreed to help me build it one day. So I sat on the bed and watched my mom build my first model, and I apparently was annoying her at some point because she ended up smacking me for something. But I just remember that whole experience. That was my first model, and I've pretty much been hooked since then. You're right, Keith. It is handy when you have somebody you can rely on that knows a bunch of stuff. And John is he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to drag racing. Man, that guy's been in drag racing for a long time. You never build box stock even as a kid? Yeah, I'm right there with you, John. What is this music? Sometimes I wonder. This is supposed to be royalty-free music, but sometimes I wonder about their choices. Just click next. It's a playlist, folks. I didn't pick the music, so forgive me if it's terrible. And if it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. I can adjust the sound on it. The sound volume. Oh yeah, that fits very nice now. Nice and flush. The light is washing it out, sorry. White parts in a really bright camera. I need to get a different light. This light is way too bright. In fact, watch this. This is the lux meter on my phone. Now, I've gone through just a little bit of research because I have, like, my eyes are sensitive to bright light, so I wear sunglasses outside a lot, and I tint my windows on my cars really dark. I just have, like, overly sensitive eyes, so I tend to do those kinds of things. So while I was at work, um, they when we were still in the office is what I mean. they had been doing some work in the office and they put new lights in. They swapped the lights out to new fixtures, and the new fixtures were like really bright. Well, it was so bright that it was giving me headaches, and I asked them to tone it down. They put 3 bulbs in instead of the 2 bulbs that were in each fixture, and I asked them to take one of the bulbs out, and they were like, "Oh, we need a doctor's note, whatever." So I went to the doctor and got him to write me a note saying that I have sensitive eyes. Anyway, but the point behind that is with those 3 bulbs, the lux value was 600. 600, and it was too bright for me. And here, this is 2000. That's how bright this damn shop light is. That's how come, like, anytime I try to show you guys anything, if it's a white part especially, it just, you can't hardly see anything. It just washes it out. It's so bright. Like, see how it's like washing out, like right here, you can't see any of the detail because it's so bright? It's crazy. So I need to get like something that's not so bright, but I still want to be able to see. I just... Later, Frizzo! Sorry if I missed you and you already left. Is Frank Frizzo? I need to remember whose name goes with whose YouTube channel because I don't remember that yet. I'm still getting to know you guys. That, combined with me being bad at names, you're going to have to give me a little bit of leeway, guys. I do apologize. Why does my live say 36 minutes? I know I've been live longer than that. I've been live almost 2 hours. Oh, goodness. Thought somebody was trying to message me. I was wrong. Hey, you! Doozer, are you working on anything today? What do you got going? Oh yeah, that sits a lot better now. Nice and flush. Maybe just a little bit more. Frankie is Frizzo? Okay, thanks, Keith. Some of you might be disappointed because the other day I had a 32 Ford up here. I think it was a Ford. 32 Ford Coupe up here that I was talking about building, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I'm not a big fan of old like 30s and 40s cars. So I took it back downstairs, and while I was down there I picked this little jobby up. Figured I'd work on this one. working on your supper? Yeah, John, I agree. I did that actually on that hangout. I had my screen name and my real name. Clean the bottom of this up just a little bit. This is the intake manifold. Okay, those fit nicely. I don't think I'm going to use these headers though, or these exhaust manifolds. I think I'll do something a little bit more impressive. Wait, why does this only have 3 cylinders? Am I a retard, or is this not a V8? Look at this. There's only 3 exhaust ports on each side. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Look at that. 3 exhaust ports. What's up with that? See now, on the exhaust manifold, you can tell that the 2 center cylinders are just in close enough proximity that they, that they make a larger bump. But on the engine block, there's certainly only 6 cylinders, or 6 exhaust ports, I guess is what I'm saying. That is weird, right? I'm not just imagining it. And these exhaust manifolds don't actually fit. I wonder if there's some headers in here. They don't fit well anyway. Nothing on the chrome tree. Hey, John. Here's a nice looking master cylinder. That'd be a good candidate to cast so that you could make copies. I don't know if you saw that well enough, but go Leafs, huh? Toronto Maple Leafs. I like hockey. I became a hockey fan. What was it like? I think it was around the '96 season, or maybe it was like '98. Whenever the Nordique were moved to Colorado, and they became the Avalanche. I am from Denver, Colorado, so I took up the sport and had a really enjoyable time. Went to a lot of games. Big fan. Forsberg, Sakic, Lemieux, Waugh, all those guys. Man, just had a great time. And then they changed the league when they implemented the salary cap, and they basically just ruined all the good teams. And I haven't really watched much hockey since then. That's my opinion, of course. Canadiens. Canadians. Montreal Canadiens. The first year we faced the who was it? Florida something? Was it the Panthers? What's the team in Florida? Jacksonville no, I can't remember. I think it might be the Panthers or something like that. Whatever the Florida team is. Faced them in the Cup. And then the year after that it was, I can't remember, somebody, maybe it was the yeah, I can't remember. 2 years in a row though we were in the Cup. That was a good stretch. And it was like, yeah, the Panthers. I think that was the first Cup that I watched as an Avs fan. The next year, was it the Red Wings? Or maybe that was the finals or semifinals or something. I don't know. I had a good time. Alright, I think that's good. Let me see if I can get the rest of this block cleaned up. "5-2 Calgary." What's 5-2 Calgary? Who's Calgary? Are they the Flames? It's been a long time since I watched hockey. I like hockey though. I really like hockey. And I used to watch, or I used to play NHL on the Xbox. Oh man, I love that game. It's one of my favorite Xbox games. Matter of fact, just recently I was looking for it on PC. They don't make it for PC anymore. It used to be one of my favorite games to play with my cousin was NHL. EA Sports. It's in the game. Florida Panthers. You were born with skates on? That's pretty dope. Oh, are they in the playoffs? Is that what we're talking about? I missed the comment by Jamie when he asked who's winning, Vancouver or Calgary. I didn't see that comment, so I misunderstood the context of that comment. For Pete's sake. I get like 30 phone calls a day from the school trying to tell me that my kid was 3 minutes late to a class. These parts did not line up very well, or they weren't molded very well, I should say. Just this one little area, I'm having to file down one side of the engine block to get it even with the other side. Most everywhere else it's pretty even. This one spot is just challenging. Shames. Do you remember the season where they they put the little yellow flashy thing on the puck on TV so that new fans could follow the puck easier. Man, what a what a joke that was. Not a joke, but people got upset about it, I should say. They used to highlight the puck on the screen so that new people who were new to the sport could see the puck and follow what was going on. Didn't go over very well with hockey fans. It looked pretty ridiculous because they used to do this little fancy, like, um, special effect where it would have like a streak, like an orange streak, so that when they would slap the puck down the rink, it would like leave a trail. Like the harder they hit it, they had no idea what they were doing. Oh yeah, you think so? You might be right. Maybe they just did it for the American fans. It didn't go over very well, I'll tell you that. We didn't like it either. So close. I see this one coming. Go ahead, tell them how to spell it. How do you spell it? Go ahead, tell us. I always tell this little story. When we moved from Denver, we moved to where we live now. It's a city called Omaha in a different state. And in Denver, the NFL is like the primary sport people watch. But in Omaha, in Nebraska, which is where Omaha is, for those of you who don't know, there is no NFL team. They're not represented in the NFL. So the people here primarily watch NCAA sports, college sports. But it just so happened that like the first year we were here, my kids enrolled in school, and obviously they're the new kids, and so trying to be accommodating, the teachers asked everyone in the class early in the school year, first couple days, they asked who was a Kansas City Chiefs fan, knowing that my kids would be NFL fans. So um, the where the proximity here is closer to Kansas City, so everybody here who likes NFL watches Kansas City Chiefs. But anyway, so all the little kids raised their hand. They're all Chiefs fans, and my son, he didn't raise his hands. And the teacher says, "How come you're not a Chiefs fan?" And he says, "Because we're Bronco fans." And she says, "Oh, why are you a Broncos fan?" And my son says, Well, because my mom's a Broncos fan and my dad's a Broncos fan. And the teacher, thinking she's clever, she says, well, that's not a very good reason to be a Broncos fan. What if your mom was a whore and your dad was a thief? And so my son says, well, then I'd be a Chiefs fan. So that's a little joke you can modify for your favorite team, or to give somebody who likes a different team a hard time. Alright, I think I've got that just about ready to go. A little bit more trimming on this, and then I think we'll be ready for paint on the engine. I'm going to do some minor detailing on this. I'm not going to do a lot though. See, that's all good. I need to get this bell housing a little bit better. It is 4 o'clock. I'm going to stream for maybe another 10 minutes, folks. 10 to 15 minutes tops. Just FYI. Let's see. Won't fit. You just ran out of popcorn? You know popcorn's cheap, right? Make yourself some more. You can never have enough popcorn. I think we could all use some popcorn. I'm going to eat some corn nuts. You guys know what corn nuts are? I'm not going to eat them while I'm streaming because it would drive you guys crazy. I'll wait till I'm done, but corn nuts, it's a snack. You guys know what corn nuts are? I don't know how popular they are in wherever you guys are. In other parts of the world is what I was going to say. I bet Keith doesn't have corn nuts in Ireland. I'm looking forward to your unboxing, John, of those kits. Man, I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see that unboxing video. So is John. Corn nuts? What do they have different flavors down there or over there where you are, Jamie? Because the ones I'm eating right or gonna eat are chile picante, I think they're called. Chile picante. I'm sanding out all my file marks now. John was talking about doing a 55 Chevy build, and then on his YouTube channel, he's going to do a 55 Chevy build, and he's letting people watching the series, uh, ask him to do specific things, whether it be opening the doors or various like customizing and scratch building. He's going to let the people watching him um, make requests, and everybody's excited about it, including me. But he can't find one of those kits. So I just happened to be able to send him one. So I boxed one up and sent it. But what I didn't tell him ahead of time was that I threw in, I don't know, like 6 or 7 extra kits in the box. So I just grabbed a handful of kits out of my stash and I sent them to him. I sent him a handful of kits that I thought he would enjoy. So we'll see. And I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I have some barbecue ones too. I'm looking forward to him unboxing the package because there's some neat stuff in there. Let me show you. So and then I have some of these. I have like 3 bags of these. I'm guessing these are going to be like spicy and a little lemony. Limon. Now, like a week ago, I bought a couple bags of these, and then I put them in a bag in the back seat of my car. And on the way home, I forgot them when I got home, so they sat in my car for like 3 days. And then yesterday, I bought 2 more, and then remembered that I had the other ones in the car, and so now I have 4 bags of them. But so anyway, yeah, what the kits I'm talking about are the kits that I put in a box to send to John, and I'm looking forward to seeing his reaction to what I sent him. Now, hopefully he builds some of them on his channel too. That would be cool. I'd like to see that. Oh, cool. So you do have them in Canada. I wasn't sure if it was like an international thing or maybe just us. Corn. The funny thing is I live in a state that's called the Corn State because there's a lot of farmland here, and the major NCAA team in this state is the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska University Cornhuskers. So I wasn't sure if they were popular here and in the region because of the prevalence of corn, or if that was something that was more widely present. I think think this is pretty close to ready to go. Hey John, you know what I'm gonna do? Do you have a video out there on your channel where you talk about doing headers with solder? Where you show that? Because I'm gonna take the opportunity to do that on this model. I'm gonna build some custom headers out of solder with this engine. Thanks, Jamie. Always gotta pay it forward. Share the blessings. Alright, I think... Oh no! I hate that I just did that. I was filing the tip of the end bell on the tranny, and it separated the two halves because I didn't have them glued well enough. Darn it. See if I can get some glue inside the gap here. Oh no. I don't want to get glue all over the outer part, darn it. Okay, good, because I'm gonna go watch that and follow your tips. Is it a video dedicated to that, or is it buried in some other video? Because if it's like just one like thing that you did in another video, then I'll need you to tell me which video so that I can go scrub through the video and find the info. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. I wouldn't have any idea where to look if it's in some other video that's not titled Chrome headers, or I mean custom headers. Okay. All right. Perfect. That's what I needed to know. Thank you. I'll go look for it. I will go look for it. You guys should go check out, was it Doozer? Yeah, I think it was Doozer. Guys should go check out that video that I showed, briefly on my channel. He did a build uh, of an old muscle car. What is that, a Challenger? In that orange? Man, that was nice. But he's got it on his channel. He just posted it, I think, yesterday. Thanks, John. I appreciate the link. I'll check that out here in just a few minutes. Okay. I think I've got her dressed up well enough for paint. Got the mold lines and seams and stuff out of it. Let me see. Let's get some parts on here so we can see what it looks like with parts on it. I think I'll do the intake not in body color. Maybe I'll do that in like silver or aluminum. But it looks good. It fits, all the parts fit nice and flush. So this turned out pretty good. But these little crappy headers are just not going to cut it. So I'll have to do some custom headers, and then I'll have to pretend like there's 4 exhaust ports on the block, or on the heads, I mean. Nice. Thanks, John. Okay, so I'm going to grab me another little baggie to put my engine parts in. And even though I'm not going to use them, I will put these headers in there. Or exhaust manifolds, are not really headers. and then we'll start cleaning up. I'm gonna call it here, folks, for today at least. Tomorrow is Thursday. Let me see what my schedule looks like. I have a migration late in the day. Yeah, I probably will not stream tomorrow unless it's late at night. So it would be like probably not till like 7 or 8 p.m. Central, if at all. So I wouldn't count on a stream from me tomorrow. But Friday for sure. Friday I will definitely be streaming. And then Saturday, John, what time do you want to do the hangout on Saturday? Same time, 1 o'clock? Do we want to plan on the same time for that? Every Saturday? Get as many people coming in as we can to participate. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I watch a guy that always says that. He's a financial advisor dude. Graham Stephan or something like that. Pretty cool dude. No, I think that's fine. 1 p.m. Eastern. Anybody that wants to hop in there with us, John will provide a link during the stream multiple times. And all you need is a webcam and a headset. You're more than welcome to hop in and join us. The headset is just to help things from getting out of hand as far as like echo in the channel. But all right, gents, I am going to call it here. I'm going to switch to my end stream screen. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for all the tips. And I will, for those of you that sent me email asking for shop cards, I will send those out here in the next day or two. And hope you all have a good afternoon. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Happy modeling.